There we go. Now I can see what I'm recording and look at the paper at the same time. Here we go, Blind Horse Knives. Hello. We wanted to help you keep your recent knife purchase in great shape. In just a few steps, you can keep your knife looking and working great for years to come. Like anything that receives hard use, your knife needs some TLC to keep up the great work. 1. Keep a coat of oil on your knife. We suggest using Century Solutions Tough Cloth or Ballistol Sportsman Oil. The best way to do this: wipe the entire knife down, leaving a thin coat of oil on it. For long-term storage, store the knife out of the sheath. Number 2, care of leather sheath. We suggest a snow seal type product which will help keep your leather from drying out. Number 3, the Kydex sheath. Use in care. Make sure to lock tight all screws on any Kydex sheath or clip. The best way to do this is put a drop on each of the male threads. Remember, blue Loctite will allow removal and red Loctite will make it permanent, which isn't necessarily true. Red Loctite is removable. It just might require some extra effort. I've used red Loctite on multiple things and it is removable. It's not permanent. You just gotta use some extra torque to get it off. But I always use red Loctite because, red Loctite will make it permanent, which is more permanent than the blue Loctite, which is true, but using the word permanent for the red Loctite I think is an overstatement, because you can still unscrew items that have been used with red Loctite. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. But anyway, I digress. Please take these simple steps to keep your knife in top condition. God bless LT Wright and Dan Coppins. Blind Horse Knives. That's a whole letter. I plan on keeping my knife in top shape. Here we got another letter. Hello, thank you for purchasing the Blind Horse Knives. We work hard every day to make sure you receive the best product with great customer service. We appreciate your purchase and would like to welcome you to the Blind Horse Knives family. Each customer receives a product we've conceived, designed, and crafted. We care about what we send out of our shop in Ohio and on to you. Welcome to the family. We hope you enjoy your new knife and we hope to hear from you soon. Let me move my thumb here, get some of the wrinkles out of the paper. Welcome to the family. We hope you enjoy your new knife and we hope to hear from you soon. It's basically the same thing they said in the first paragraph. We love to stay in touch. Be sure to join our mailing list. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our YouTube videos and follow us on Pinterest. Well, I do follow them on YouTube, but I so far have not followed them on Facebook or Pinterest. I personally don't use Pinterest. I really have no interest in using Pinterest. I'll just stick to Facebook and YouTube, in my opinion. That's just me. And Twitter is right out. I don't use Twitter at all. No interest in Twitter. But I will use Facebook and YouTube. That way you can keep up with our latest specials, virtual knife shows, instructional videos, and much more. So thank you for your support of an American company that employs American men and women. We hope to hear from you soon. God bless LT Wright and Dan Coppins. I hope I'm saying that right. Coppins? Coppins or Coppins? Not exactly sure. And there you have it. blindhorseknives.com or the phone number 740-219-1141. Alright, so that's that as far as paperwork. This, I wonder if my camera will show horizontally. Maybe, maybe not. Right now it looks like it does. I might be wrong. No, maybe not. I'll continue to show vertically. This is the knife. They have it wrapped up in nice insulated paper with the rubber band around it. Oh, makes me excited. I've been waiting 90 days for this. When I ordered it, they said it would take 90 days for me to possibly get it, because Blind Horse knives are handmade. You place an order and then they hand make it. Make it by hand. It's a handmade knife. It's probably the best knife, the best quality knife I have ever purchased, as far as I know. So far I've only bought store sold, mass produced knives. But let me add to this suspense. Here is this sheath that they sent me. It's a leather sheath. Look at that, it's got double stitching on it, which is good. It's got a spot for your ferro rod, ferrocidium, however you want to say it. Ferrocidium rod. It's got a spot for your rod. Double stitching. It's got a little rivet right there, and a rivet right there, and leather. It's dark leather. It looks like it's pretty thick. It looks like a pretty good sheath. I said, I have not taken this out of the box yet. So this is how I got it. I got it in this, wrapped in the paper, with a piece of newspaper stuffed in the box, and a couple pieces of paper from Blind Horse Knives. There's your belt loop. Looks like a pretty sturdy belt loop. It feels pretty sturdy too. I can't even get my thumb in there. So what you're seeing is brand new to me and to you. I got the dangler style sheath. I think that was an option, right or left-handed. I got the right-handed dangler sheath because I am right-handed, and I thought that would be better. And I like the dangler sheath because I don't like having a knife on my belt that doesn't move around with me. If I'm squatting down or if I'm sitting down in the dirt and I've got a sheath that doesn't flex with the way I'm sitting or the way I'm standing, that gets annoying. So I got the dangler sheath, and that should fit over, yeah, that should fit over just about any belt that I might be wearing as a civilian. If I was still in the Marines, then that might be too narrow for a Marine Corps utility belt or a gear belt or whatever. But since I'm a civilian, I'm wearing civilian belts now. That should be enough to fit over the belt. And it's a dangler, so I don't have to worry about it sticking me in the hip or sticking me in the leg. I can just put it on my belt, and the sheath itself will flex, and it should not be a problem. So that's a big plus. I like that. I like that about their options when I ordered this knife. Got a dangler, fits on the belt, it won't be too stiff around the waist, and it's got the ferrocidium rods pouch in there, and I think I might just have a ferro rod to fit in that. I'll have to check my gear, but I think I do have one that'll fit in there pretty good and make it just right. the leather is nice and thick feeling. I mean, you can look at it and see. Look how thick the leather is. I mean, it feels real thick and sturdy. And it's double stitched. That's a big plus. Won't come apart too easily. Looks pretty thick right in there. So it should be pretty good. So let's get into the knife unwrapping. Like I said, I have not unwrapped this yet. So you and I both are the first ones to see this unwrapped. There's the rubber band. Rubber bands come in handy. I can use that for I don't know. I'll probably just throw it away. Rubber bands are rubber bands. You can get those anywhere. Alright. Trying to do this with my iPhone. One-handed. They pack it up pretty good. Oh, look at that. The handle is pretty smooth. It almost feels too smooth. Like it would slip out of your hand if you're trying to, I don't know, if you're trying to do stuff with it. And it feels like, this handle feels like it might slip out of your hand too easily. It's too smooth. But it's a good grip. It's nice and round. It's like if I grip it real tight, my fingernails don't reach the palm of my hand, which I've heard is a good thing. With a knife handle, you don't want to be able to squeeze it so tight that your fingernails dig into your palm, because that's an indicator that the knife handle itself is too small. So that's good. But it does feel kind of slippery. Maybe that'll change after some use. Right now it feels like it's kind of slippery, but oh well. There's your lanyard hole. It does feel pretty good though. Feels pretty good in my hand. We'll see. There's the cover. You're witnessing the same time I am. What does that say? Blind Horse Knives, phone number, website, made in USA, logo. Let's try to drop that off. And there's the blade. Now I'm not sure exactly what kind of grind that is. I forget exactly. But here, if my iPhone will focus, it's the, I think, if my memory serves, that's the Self-Reliance logo. Blind Horse Knives, Self-Reliance, and it is the Go No Show edition. I don't know what that is. I guess that's a Blind Horse. I guess that's a Blind Horse Knives logo. But this is the Go No Show edition. I think it was June or July. GNS. Can feel it? Well, I can feel a very sharp 90-degree edge. So striking a ferro rod should be very easy with this. It's a straight knife. What is that, a drop? A drop point, maybe? I forget. I don't remember exactly. I know it's not a clip point knife. I want to say it's drop point. The drop point knife, it's probably, if I bring my hand up to here, 4 or 5 inches, probably closer to 5, maybe even closer to 6 inches long. So it's wider than my hand by a good inch or so. And the handle, it's about the same. It's wider than my hand by a good inch or so. The balance is definitely towards the handle. Try to put my finger there, and it's definitely, the balance is more towards the handle. For those of you who care about balance, it's closer to, well, right there, wait a minute, it's close to right there. That's where the balance is. For those of you who care about balance, I myself, I don't think balance matters that much, as long as how it feels. However it feels in your hand, that's what's good. So far, I mean, this feels like it's got a good weight in the handle. It's got a decent sized blade. I mean, it's Blind Horse Knives. I've been seeing a lot of videos about how good these guys are, and so far I would have to say yay as opposed to nay on the Blind Horse knife. This is the Blind Horse Knife GNS edition. The handle feels really good, although it might be kinda slippery at first. Probably the more you use it, the better it'll feel. Once it gets impregnated with your hand oils and your dirt or whatever, it'll probably feel better over time. But right now it is kind of slippery. But it's comfortable. It's got a decent weight to it. I mean, it's full tang. I'm impressed. I like it. Now I just gotta take it out in the wild with me and see if I can stick some pigs. You know, a pig sticker. Use it for a pig sticker. Or maybe I can use it as a concealed weapon and stab some, unlawful vagrant that wants to mug me. You just, stab him in the throat or in the heart. Marine Corps training, we're taught to stab in the throat, twist it, and then rip it out the side of their neck, and then we pull it back, and then we stab in the chest and rip it down, and then we can, continuously poke in the midsection. But the Marine Corps teaches you to stab in the throat and then turn it and rip it out of their neck. So you can stab, rip, and turn, rip it out of their neck. You do that in their neck, and then you stab it in their throat and rip it down. And then you can do continuous pokes in their midsection. That's hand-to-hand knife fighting as per the Marine Corps. This knife would probably be really good for that because it's deep enough. I mean, if you think, I got my hand on the edge of the handle. That's a good inch past my hand. So I'm pretty sure you could reach the heart. You could reach the heart with that. If you stabbed it up underneath the sternum, inside their chest, you could reach their heart. And then you can just do whatever you want and make them dance. Make them dance for you while you're stabbing them in the heart. And then you can rip it down and cut open their stomach while you're at it, and then rip it sideways or whatever. So I mean, I'm just talking shit right now. I've never had to do that, thankfully. But I'm just saying, and it looks like a pretty good knife you could do that with. Like a K-bar fighting knife. Only this is better than a K-bar because it's full tang. It's got the really sharp spine on it, so you can strike the ferro rod. It's got a nice length on it. I don't know how sharp it is. I haven't tried to feel it. Yeah. It feels pretty sharp, but just using the light pressure I've got right now, it's not cutting into my thumb. I mean, I can feel it snagging the skin, so it's definitely sharp enough to snag the skin. May or may not be able to shave with it, I don't know. I can't tell with one hand, but just by rubbing off the edge of it, it's not cutting my thumb open, which is a good thing, because then I would have to stop this video and get a band-aid. But it does feel pretty sharp. Let's see. You get a good view. Here's my leg. And my leg is shaved. That's a pretty good sign. Must be pretty sharp then. It's a good sign. That's what I've always used. Used to gauge the sharpness of my knives. A lot of other people do it too. If you can shave with it, then it's pretty damn sharp. Look at that. I use it right there. And that looks pretty hair free. You can see some hairs on the blade right there. I'm sure that's not all the blades, all the hairs. So that's pretty good right out of the box. Using my leg as a test bed. Look at that. Look at that. I'll even use the point. I'll scratch my leg up in the process. Is that like 4 or 5 stripes? No hair. You can't see the hair on that, but it's gone. So yeah, it seems to be pretty sharp on my leg. I mean, look at that. I'm gonna walk around now and people are gonna think I shaved my legs just because I tested my knife out for you guys. For my faithful YouTube viewers, all 4 or 5 of you, maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 of my YouTube viewers. I've got a couple subscribers out there. Not that many. I'll get more. So, anyway, this is my Blind Horse knives. Brand new, I got it today. The GNS. Golf November Sierra edition for those military buffs. Go, no show. All go, no show. It's what they called this. From Blind Horse Knives, the GNS. I think this was a June or July special. I can't remember. But there you go. Pretty good. I'm happy with it. Probably the best quality knife I've ever bought. Because usually I buy store brand, mass produced knives. Yeah, that are pretty good, but they're not handmade like this is. This is a handmade knife. All the knives I've bought in the past have been store brand, mass produced things that have been okay. But there you go. This is Rick from Lifted Off-Road. Please subscribe, please like, please do what you want with this video. Hopefully, write a comment even. I don't think I've had any comments from any of my viewers. So, anyway, I'm going on 25 minutes. I'll stop this now and let it play. Have a good night and have fun. Bye-bye.